welcome aboard. If you're watching this video, let me be the first to say, congratulations! You are now in Global Studies, and this is your first official day of training.
Can I pass the class now?
Oh no, not yet. You are now enrolled in the most successful classroom at OSHA. You will learn a lot here in this room. For example,
Can you please tell us one thing that you learned in Global Studies this year?
I learned the difference between human and physical characteristics.
I learned about China censorship.
Immer meinen Lehrer zu respektieren und immer für meine Präsentation so sich vorbereiten.
Human interaction has three aspects: modify, change, and adapt.
Compliment Ms. Coates 24/7.
Something just important is just to stay informed. Watch the news, read newspapers, just get your information from everywhere, and just try to stay informed as possible, and just knowledgeable about things that are happening in the world. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Ms. Coates. Remember me? I'm Sebastian.
I'm sure she does.
There are a lot of countries, and I had to color them all in.
What I learned is that if you don't have time management, you will choke on your own homework.
Are you still using my stool? Please tell me you're still using my stool.
now let's not forget, you can't pass Miss Coates' class without knowing the phrase GSIS.
GSIS?
That's right, GSIS. That stands for Global Studies International Showcase, or GSIS for short.
That sure sounds like a lot of... I said it sure sounds like a lot of... Well, yes, it sure is a lot of hoopla, as it takes a whole group to finish it, and all within 2 blocks. Great! Can I pass the class now?
Hold on there, Slugger. You need to first tackle on one of the key factors of Miss Coates' class, the research paper.
What's that?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Now that you've learned the basics of global studies, it's time for the moment you've been waiting for. Preparing the research paper.
At the center of every great dynasty is the crown jewel, which keeps it alive and thriving. And now you, the humble student, the all-too necessary human resource that keeps this classroom afloat, will learn the secret and dark secrets of how to prepare, in your own words of course, the informative, extremely helpful, spine-tingling, and very much resourceful research paper. Are you ready? Okay. Now, let's take an example of a good student at work. Do you think he's going to ask for A, a sofa, B, an expensive haircut, or C, a research paper evaluation?
Can you check my research paper real quick, Miss Coates?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Very good, and not a paper out of place. With every fine student comes great resourcefulness, so it is important to get your research paper evaluated and turned on time. Or you'll die! On top of being on time with your paper, you also need to have professional clothing when doing your presentation. Those clothes will definitely not do. You'll need something more finer. Something like this. Speaking of which, time. It is very important to make sure that you don't dilly-dally in Mrs. Coates' class and stay ahead of your homework, as the consequences will be very severe. How so?
You don't want to know. So, just stay on top of it, okay? This brings us to the end of your instructional training video on how to survive... pass Miss Coates' class. You can leave this class with flying colors, or flunk it. The choice is up to you. Now I bid you farewell and wish you the best of luck.